Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, half of the lesson we have learned till the chapter number 9, and we saw that a different kind of school where the children are taught how to be dumb, how to be deaf, how to be a cripple, and to remain a blind. So there is no mystery about it. We are learning from point number 10. Miss Beam continued. Everyone is very kind and it is really something of a game. Before the day is over, though even the most thoughtful child realizes what misfortune is. So the each and every child experience that what are the difficulties. Okay, what are the difficulties are there in the life people are struggling outside. The blind day is of course really the worst. So Mrs. Beam is telling the blind day is really the worst, but the children are telling the dumb day is really tough. The reason behind it that the children tell that it is really difficult for children to remain quiet for the whole day. We cannot bandage the children's mouths, so they really have to exercise their willpower. Come into the garden and see for yourself how the children feel about it. Miss Beam led me to one of the bandage girls. Here is a gentleman come to talk to you, said Mrs. Beam and left us. Don't you ever peep? I asked the girl. Oh no, she exclaimed. That would be cheating. But I had no idea it was so awful to be blind. You can't see a thing. You feel you are going to be hit by something every moment. It's such a relief just to sit down. Are your helpers kind to you? I asked. Fairly, but they are not as careful as I shall be when it is my turn. So the author is asking a girl that let's go to the somewhere else, and he asked her that do you peep? Then she said no, it would be a cheating. And the author is asking, are your helpers are very careful? But the girl is replying, sometimes they don't, but when it is my turn, I will be very careful. That means she is so sincere and good person. Those that have been blinded already are the best helpers. It's perfectly ghastly not to see. I wish you had tried. Shall I lead you anywhere? I asked. So the author is asking the child, shall I lead you the somewhere else? Oh yes, she said. Let's go for a little walk. Only you must tell me about things. I shall be so glad when today is over. The other bad days can't be half as bad as this. Having a leg tied up and hopping about on a crutch is almost fun, I guess. Having an arm tied up is a bit more troublesome because you can't eat without help. And things like that, I don't think I will mind being deaf for a day, at least not much. But being blind is so frightening. My head aches all the time just from wearing that I'll get hurt. Where are we now? So the child is telling being to remain a deaf, okay, to walk with a crutch also is a difficulty. A hand is tied up, that also difficulty, we need somebody's help. But being a blind is little bit tough because my head is aching. So and I am feeling that if I will hit somewhere, so I would like to know that where are we now. In the playground, I said, we are walking towards the house. Mrs. Beam is walking up and down the garden with a tall girl. So he is telling that we are in the garden and Mrs. Beam is walking in the ground with a girl up and down. What's the girl wearing? My little friend asked. A blue cotton skirt and a plain blouse. I think it's a Mealy, she said. What color is her hair? Very light, I said. Yes, that's Mealy. She's the head girl. There is an old man tying up roses, I said. Yeah, that's Peter. He's the gardener. He's hundreds of years old. And here comes a girl with curly red hair. She's on crutches. That's Anita, she said. So each and every person she is finding out who is a head girl according to the observation and explanation of the author. She is finding who all are these people. Okay, now we are on the last paragraph that, okay, we are on the last paragraph. And so we walked on gradually. I discovered that I was 10 times more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. I also realized that if I had to describe people and things to someone else, it made them more interesting to me. When I finally had to leave, I told Mrs. Beam that I was very sorry to go. Ah, she replied, then there is something in my system after all. So, at the last, Odo was so happy and he was not ready to go because he was so surprised, he was so happy the way the children were happily accepting the day for them, being a dumb, deaf, cripple, and blind, and being that also they are so happy. So author is telling, I am taking something good in me. If I want to explain to something, I can explain to somebody very easily. Okay, and I feel that I don't want to go from here. So Mrs. Beam feels that, oh, I am proud that I have done something different thing in my system after all. So dear students, it is a beautiful chapter. Read twice as a homework and write down all the words meaning I have given to you in the previous class in your notebook with a good handwriting. Have a good day and thank you to all.